Hello and welcome to No Rest for the Weekend. I'm Jason Godbey here with another edition of Indie Film News. So we haven't done one of these in a while. I wanted to give you guys an update on what's happening in the world of indie film, a little bonus episode for you this week. We got lots of statements coming from different film festivals and wanted to keep you up to date on all the latest stuff. Plus, later on, I'll be talking to producer Adonis Tsilimparis along with his business partner Mark Roos about their latest endeavor. Lots of great stuff. So our first story, big film festival news, we got something coming out of the Tribeca Film Festival. This comes to us from IndieWire.com. They say about Tribeca, as film festivals the world over close their doors and postpone events, Tribeca Enterprises and YouTube have a joint solution for global audiences missing the festival circuit. It's called We Are One, a global film festival. It's an unprecedented 10-day digital film festival taking place on YouTube that will launch May 29th. It'll be at youtube.com/weareone, and the festival will benefit the World Health Organization and other relief partners who are working on the ongoing pandemic, and will encompass programming from 20 film festivals, including Berlin, Cannes, Venice, Sundance, Toronto, New York, BFI London, Karlovy Vary, and others. So the entire film festival is going to be made free to viewers, and that's really great news. So they got a statement from the co-founder and CEO of Tribeca Enterprises and the film festival, Jane Rosenthal. We often talk about film's uniquely powerful role in inspiring and uniting people across borders and differences to help heal the world. All the world needs healing right now. We Are One, a global film festival, unites curators, artists, and storytellers to entertain and provide relief to audiences worldwide. In working with our extraordinary festival partners and YouTube, we hope that everyone gets a taste of what makes each festival so unique and appreciates the art and power of film. We Are One, a global film festival, will run from May 29th to June 7th. It's free to the public. Programming will include feature films, shorts, documentaries, music, comedy, and conversations. Full schedule will be posted later, closer to the start date of the festival. This is exciting news. It's a great opportunity for filmmakers to get their films seen by a wide audience. And of course, it's a great opportunity for us to get to cover all these different film festivals. So we're going to do our best to keep you up to date on that and see how much coverage we can do. But we'll definitely keep you posted. So from the great and global to the local, update on the Brooklyn Film Festival. They put out a statement this week. Their festival, which is New York City's longest running international competitive film festival, stands together with all New Yorkers to flatten the curve and stop the spread of COVID-19, announcing that its 23rd edition themed Turning Point will go in the form of a virtual film festival. With its full film lineup of more than 140 films viewable for free. It's also running May 29th to June 7th, oddly enough, so there's going to be lots of programming for you. And it's going to be on their website. So all the festival films will play for free and the whole duration of the festival. But viewers will have to open a free account and pre-register on their site. I'll give that to you in a little bit. The video server is going to be hosted on Vimeo. Audience voting will be limited to one vote per account. BFF will also organize parallel live events such as filmmaker introductions, Q&A sessions. That'll be on the site and on their Facebook and social media pages. The full lineup of films includes features, narrative, documentary, shorts, experimental films, animation, the whole works. It will be announced soon, and you can register as well on brooklynfilmfestival.org. You can also read the full article, which is going to be on our website, norestoftheweekendpodcast.com. So, moving on to another Brooklyn Fest, Katra Film Series. So, Katra has a sister film fest called New Faces, New Voices. That is happening tonight, Friday, and Saturday this weekend on realhouse.org. So they've gone virtual as well. There's going to be a Q&A moderated by programmer and festival manager Kaylin Kless. I hope I said that right. All info to be posted on their social media. You can follow New Faces New Voices on Instagram. As far as Katra's Spring Festival, they are back in a few weeks. They haven't locked down a date just yet, but that's going to be in mid-May and that will also be on realhouse.org. So reached out to festival founder and friend of the show, Joffrey Guerrero, and he says, "We couldn't wait till the end of the quarantine to share these great films and honor the talented filmmakers. Join us for a night of virtual entertainment and socialization from the comfort and safety of your own home." Again, that's May 1st and 2nd. That's going to be 7 p.m., realhouse.org. They will have links on their social media. He also says, these hard times economically, he doesn't want there to be a financial barrier, so they're offering this stuff for free, which is also great. That being said, if you do have the means to help, they will have a donor box campaign link that you can contribute to. You can also follow Katra Film Series on Instagram and Facebook for updates. And, if you want to know more about that and Joffrey Guerrero, the film festival founder, you can watch episode 421 of the podcast when he was on. He's actually been on a couple of times. Moving on to NYC Webfest. So I've been reaching out to people to say, hey, what are you doing? I recently reached out to the festival founder of NYC Webfest, Lauren Atkins, and I asked her, what are the plans so far in the wake of the COVID-19 crisis? Here's what she had to say. NYC Webfest is heartbroken by the way COVID-19 has devastated our city and taken so many lives locally and around the world. With the economy at a standstill and so many people out of work, the 2020 submission period is postponed until further notice. I believe the effects of this pandemic are too great to just race, quote, back to normal. I know several creators who have gotten sick with the virus, and I'm happy to hear that their health has improved. I also know people who have lost loved ones. I'm sending virtual hugs to all and encourage you to follow us on social media at NYC Webfest. You can also sign up for the newsletter at nycwebfest.com, where we include community news and resources to help artists during this difficult time. Stay safe, everyone. So Lauren's great. For more on her, she's been on the show. You can check out episode 512 of the podcast. We did some coverage of NYC Webfest. Maybe they'll find a virtual solution this year as well. It's a Webfest. I think that would be the ideal thing to do. It's just a matter of getting the systems in place. This isn't easy when you're used to, doing a physical event and trying to go virtual. I mean, luckily they've got some time. They're not usually till October, but it's a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, and a lot of shuffling around. So hopefully they'll find a way to do it this year, because it's a great festival and a lot of great series have come out of there. Okay, so moving on. Here's an update on the show, just so you guys know what's happening with us. So obviously we're all still working from home, but we still, and despite that, we still have some great content coming your way. We've made a lot of episodes that are coming out in the future, and we've also got a great episode this week. So if you haven't seen it already, check out this week's episode. It's Women of Web Series, where we highlight some of the great creators and performers. Those are all good shows to check out. That's going on this week. We also have recently launched some new content for the video channels, and it's called No Rest for the Weekend Presents. It's a series that's video essays, reviews. It's going to be on our YouTube page, so it's youtube.com/getbehindtherabbit. It's also on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/behindtherabbitproductions, as well as our Footprint channel and our Instagram, which is at No Rest for the Weekend. So if you follow us on Instagram, we're going to be putting a lot of stuff on IGTV for you out there. So at No Rest for the Weekend on Instagram. So recently we produced a top 10 documentaries about movies, which is great. It's a great list for filmmakers as well as film fans. Anybody who wants to know more about movie making. We also posted our video review of Dr. Sleep. Going to try to do more reviews that way, and also reviews that we do on the show. If they're in sections, we're going to release those separately. So if you just want to see the review about that movie, you don't have to sit through the whole episode. You can just watch that video. So check that content out. Let us know. Leave a comment or a like, or let us know. Just tweet at us at BTR Productions. If you dig that style content, we'll make more of it for you. You can also find the written reviews on our website, which is norestfortheweekendpodcast.com. If you prefer to read, we have some great contributors, some great writers and presenters. E.J. Argenio has been with the show for a while now. William Hammond, Andrew Sweatman, you guys have seen them. They're writing and creating videos for us. So I just want to give a big shout out to those guys. And also, while I have the time, I'll just say a big shout out to all the guests who have come on the show. Great people have been on the show. We thank you very much. And also the people who work on the show. There's people that you don't see, guys like Sergio Beltran, who edits a lot of this audio that you hear on the podcast if you're a listener. And then also the people in front of the camera like Lindsay Astor and Kayla Vera, they've done red carpet interviews for us for the past year, doing a great job covering film festivals. Another great contributor is our associate producer, Adonis Tsilimparis. He recently formed a company with fellow composer Mark Roos, and they have a company called Cutting Room Music. Here's my Zoom interview with the guys, Mark and Adonis. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
What's up, Jason?
First of all, how is everybody? Everybody safe? Everybody healthy?
We're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. It's not as bad out here as so I'm able to go out a little more.
Okay. Yeah, we're on top of each other here in Brooklyn, so I'm in the center of the epicenter. It's like being in the eye of the storm.
Yes, you are.
So much fun. What a great experience I can tell my non-existent grandchildren about, I guess. So, all right, let's talk about, because we did preface at the top of the show, we said that we were going to talk about, you guys have a new endeavor called Cutting Room Music.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about the company and kind of how it came about.
Adonis, honestly, it's like my brother from another mother.
Likewise, brother.
I mean, from the moment, honestly, when we met quite some time ago, many years ago now, we started working together on various projects. He's worked on a couple of films that I've done. I've been able to help and contribute to some things that he's done. Then we were together on the Society of Composers and Lyricists Steering Committee together here in New York, and Adonis made a great contribution. And as a lot of the New York viewers will know, Adonis is pretty well known around here in the New York area, and he's done a lot, and he's friends with everyone, and is always so eager to help, and is a brilliant composer. And after when he moved, I would tell Adonis that there is a really, really big hole here in New York in the composer community that he was really, and still is really, really missed. And I think, Adonis, you've been out there about 6 months?
Actually, tomorrow it'll be 1 year.
Oh, gosh. So about 10 months ago, we started talking about this and started talking about, there's a lot of team composing that's going on, and there's a lot of synergy that happens when two composers with divergent viewpoints and writing styles and strengths come together. And so we thought it would be a really, really great way for us to be able to continue to contribute to the film and TV community, and be able to bring, you're getting two composers instead of one. And you're getting two composers that have worked together for many years on many projects. We have a system that works really well, and at least I can't ever think of any time where we haven't been, where there's ever been a disagreement about anything. And it works very, very smoothly. So that was really, Jason, that was kind of the genesis of the starting of Cutting Room Music. And Adonis, what do you have to add?
Also, on top of that is that we also have a lot of projects already on the docket. So stuff that he's, actually working on, stuff that I am as well. We write for other music libraries as well. So we have a lot of things in the works already. So now that we're going to combine them, this will just add more fuel to the fire, as they say. So I think it's good. We're off to a good start as it is. So it's not like we're starting from scratch. We already have a lot of experience. So I just actually finished a film score for a film that was supposed to be coming out before this virus thing happened. I don't know if you heard about it. So now I think he's shifting from theatrical to hoping to get it on like Netflix or something. So, and Mark has, like a project which will be coming out soon on Amazon, which I'm sure he'll be speaking about in a second. So yeah.
So you guys sort of had this, the train was already rolling before you, and you guys said, okay, this is a great idea. We should just kind of make this, you were already dating, you decided to get married kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So like for the types of projects, like what are you starting off doing right now, and what, and then kind of maybe speculate as to the future. So what's on the current slate of projects that you guys have?
So we have a film that we're going to be working on. It's a feature. It's called Watch Not, and it's from a wonderful director, Federico, out of London. And it's a sci-fi. It's a full-length feature. And that's actually been put on hold for just a little bit because of the virus lockdown has affected the entertainment industry pretty heavily, and it's put a lot of projects on hold. His is not on hold. He is still working. They're doing a lot of remote editing and effects, animation editing, and things like that now. So we have that. And Adonis, why don't you talk about the other film that you have?
So the other film I have is actually by an Australian filmmaker whom Jason Godbey may know. His name is Neil Goss. I believe you had him on your show. He has a film called Juvenile Delinquents. As I said, it was supposed to be coming out, but with this whole virus thing, I think he's shooting for Netflix now. So he's in talks with them now. So, so we have that. And then Mark has this other Amazon project.
Yeah, talk to me about that, because I'm going to be interviewing the director of the project, but kind of tell us a little bit about it. I know it's coming out next month.
Right.
All right, so give us a little background on that project.
It's called Trending Crimes, and it was shot in Ghana and in London. And the director's name and producer's name is Ben Darkwa. And he has been, for the past, I think, probably 6 weeks or so, it's been on Amazon UK. So it's slated to be on Amazon Prime here in the US on May 5th. It was a really great experience. I got to be able to not only work and be able to learn about, because the film was shot in Ghana, and it was TV series was shot in Ghana and in the UK. And I got to learn a lot about, so the series is about, it's called Trending Crimes for a reason, because it talks about some of the crimes that Ghana deals with, sometimes that are very, very unique. And the director, Ben, he had 2 of the episodes that he has there were direct experiences that he had about how these types of crimes impacted his family and people that he knew. And so it's a very real world situation. And, I had the opportunity to write the opening theme song and the closing end credits with another composer and mezzo-soprano opera singer. She's fantastic and a wonderful composer, Victoria Korniva. And so that was a real wonderful experience to be able to do that as well. And we were able to also try and bring in, as far as the music goes, we tried to bring in a lot of Western culture and feel for the music, but also bring in some of the tribal and African sounds and see if we could kind of mix those up. And so that was a really, really fun thing to be able to do. The director actually did fly here before we weren't able to fly, and we worked on the project together. So that was really fun. We were able to have him I was able to have him here in the studio for about 4 days, and we finished up the project. It went very, very well, and I hope everybody likes it.
And is the full slate going on Amazon, or is he doing one episode at a time?
The full slate will, as far as I know, the full slate will be on, Jason. So it's 3 episodes. There are 3 episodes, and I think so far the reviews have been very, very positive in the UK, and he's gotten quite a bit of press. And I wish him all the best. He's a brilliant, brilliant director and writer. Very, very good.
I think I saw the trailer. I haven't had a chance to watch the show yet. The trailer looks promising, and I'm interested. I'm interested to see more of it. I think it's going to be, like, 'cause it's a perspective I really haven't seen before. So for you guys right now, do you see yourselves? Because like Adonis is working on a project, Mark's working on a project. Do you guys see yourself doing more collaboration in the future on scores? Like, do you think because I keep thinking of like Trent Reznor and his partner
Atticus Ross,
who I always want to call Atticus Finch after
Atticus Finch.
but yes, him and Atticus Ross, they've done a lot of great David Fincher scores together. And like, just out of curiosity, how does that work? Like, how do you like, what's the method kind of thing?
We've already done it in many ways. I mean, like one film I did 2 years ago called Dementia 13, which I spoke with you about that. I mean, I had Mark score the final, the whole ending sequence. I mean, you can do it various ways, however you like to work. And I say, hey, you score this scene, I'll score this scene. Or you just maybe, just co-write the entire thing. I mean, it depends how you just want to. I don't think we have an exact formula yet, but I think we've already been doing it. So
one thing that we've been doing is that we actually currently have been writing for some TV shows together. Now, for example, I just sent over 2 sketches for Adonis to look at. And one thing that we are doing is that we're doing a remote recording where Adonis and Adonis can record on my system remotely without any latency, just as if we were in a recording studio in New York. And I would be in the control room and he would be in the studio playing. And so it works very, very well, especially now with technology the way it is.
As I said, we don't have an exact formula, like he'll send me like a drum part or like a bass loop or something, and then I'll add on to it. And then, and then with the whole Dementia 13, I just sent him like the main, like a 4-note melody on piano, and then he just went off with it. So
what do you guys see yourself working on in the future? Like, do you want to still stay in the same vein? Do you want to do more song composition and do soundtrack stuff, or is it mainly scoring? Like, I think I don't know. I think I can speak for Mark here. I think we're entranced by movies and television. I think that's our thing. But we're open to anything. We have no shame. We will do anything. Right, Mark?
Yeah. Well, we love working together, and we've got a good system. And so the goal and the aim here is we would love to be able to have an opportunity to work together on TV series and more feature films. Like I said, we've got a couple coming up, and I'm very, very excited about the future and working with Adonis.
Likewise, man. Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah.
Excellent. So for people who want to work with you, hire you, find out more about you, where can they find you on the web?
cuttingroommusic.com.
Yeah, and we're excited to make this happen, even though all this stuff is happening now with this whole actual pandemic. I know some people are like, oh, this is not a time to be starting something. I think it is. So
absolutely. Well, especially now, because people, at least at the moment, they've been at home. Yeah. And what do you usually do when you're at home? You stream.
Yes.
Yeah. There's definitely, I think, and this is going to come out. I just recorded an episode recently with Joel Feinberg at DeWolf, and we were kind of talking about the different opportunities that can come about because of a situation like this. And it's really difficult, I think, for a lot of people to create right now. So there's no, I wouldn't say there's any pressure on anyone, because it's perfectly understandable if you're just not in the right headspace. But I think if you can, I think there's tremendous opportunity right now for people, for creatives. And, who knows? Because, at this point, a lot of the playing field is kind of level. And, for you, and you guys are lucky, you work in post, so like you can work from home. Like, you guys aren't holding the boom mic out on set, so hopefully, this will work out. And I wish you guys a lot of luck. And for anybody out there, Cutting Room Music, cuttingroommusic.com.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Thank you,
so
Jason.
much, guys. I'm going to wrap up. Thanks so much.
Thanks, buddy. I'll speak to you soon.
And that's all we got for you today. Thank you for taking this trip down the rabbit hole. For more of our content, visit our website, norestfortheweekendpodcast.com. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And once again, I want to thank my guests, Adonis and Mark, for Behind the Rabbit Productions. I'm Jason Godbey. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.